Hey guys, welcome to the guide. In this episode, we are talking about well, it's a hunting story. It's my last deer that I shot. Yeah. Anyways, the reason I went hunting this year is because I wanted to shut my cousin up. That's really what it came down to. Is because my cousin got lucky a couple years back, and he got 4 elk off of his tag, his wife's tag, and then his 2 daughters' tag. So he kind of like poached 3 elk out of the deal. But anyways, like his wife has the hookup with all the ranchers in the area and all the farmers in the area, so like she got him on private property that never gets hunted. And like so he gets 4 elk and he thinks he's like the king of all hunters all of a sudden, and everybody has, including me, has to hear this stupid story again and again and again. So I got this tag because I just wanted to shut him up. That was like my main primary goal in shooting this deer, is because I just wanted to shut him up. Anyways, I ended up getting a 2nd season buck tag. So like a male deer, the deer with the antlers, that's what I got. And by my parents' house, there's deer everywhere, so you have a pretty good shot of getting something. I mean, the last time I got a buck tag, I got something that year too. But this year, I was just, my point was just to shut my cousin up. So it was opening day. We wake up at the butt crack of dawn. We do the whole thing, the whole 9 yards, you know, like you're supposed to. We walk around. We scout things out, we look for signs, don't see a damn thing. So we do this the entire day. We drive around, we walk around, we drive around, we walk around. At one point in time, I shot my gun to make sure it was sighted in. And, you know, we do it the entire day. So it gets close to, it's getting close to dusk, and we're like, alright, screw it, we'll just go back to the house and try again tomorrow. And like, so we drive back to the house, pull into the driveway, and like right there is a herd of does just chilling up on a mountain. It's just like, really? Okay, like the entire day we spend trying to find these stupid things. We come back to the house and it's right there. Okay, congratulations, great. And that's how my other deer was too. The last deer, the deer that I got before that, same thing, right by the house. There it was. Okay, whatever. But hey, blind luck's blind luck. And if anybody tells you that they're skilled in hunting, they are lying, okay? They are trying to get into your panties, and they are lying, because hunting, like big game, is pretty much blind luck. I've shot 4 big animals. It's all been blind luck. It's just like either they run into me or I stumble into them. Like, that's just how it works. If I sit there and I'm like trying so hard to be Mr. like stealth dude, like nothing ever walks by me. As soon as I start screwing around and start being a fuck up, then all of a sudden here they come. It's just how it works. Don't ask me why. Just how it works. Anyways, right by the house, bam, there they are. Oh my god, great. So I shoved 5 bullets into my gun real fast because that's all it'll hold. And I didn't grab a knife because we looked at them and they all looked like they were does. So I didn't think there was gonna be anything up there. So I was kind of just half-assing it. I just wanted to see how close I could get to them. That's pretty much was my goal with this. It was like, I just want to see how close I can get to these things. So I sneak up to within 100 feet before I step on the wrong rock, and their ears perk up because they know something's down below them now, and they're scanning down there, and they're starting to get a little nervous because they heard me. But they can't smell me because their smell's not that good. Their hearing is awesome, but their smell's so-so. Anyways. So they heard me, they're getting a little skittish. In the meantime, I'm scanning with the scope of my gun to just see, hoping that there's going to be a set of antlers up there. And lo and behold, there is. And, like, this is the first time I've ever gotten the jitters. Because usually, whenever I'm hunting, it's just like, holy shit, deer, bam! That's how it goes. Like, this is the first time where, like, I had time to think about it, and this is the first time I ever got the jitters out of it. So I was like, oh shit, it's a buck. And so I lined up on his front shoulder, pulled the trigger, and the shot went high. Like, I was hoping I hit him, but at the same time I knew the shot went high. My left to right was good, but my shot went high, and it was an uphill shot. And of course later on my dad was like, well yeah, you should have aimed below him, because on an uphill shot, you're supposed to aim below him. And I was like, well, I wasn't thinking about that, Dad, okay? I was thinking, holy shit, it has antlers and I can shoot it. That's what I was thinking, okay? So, they go taking off up the mountain, because they're completely spooked now. And I go charging up, chasing after him. I stop where he was at to, like, double check, make sure I didn't get him, looking for blood. I'd spent about a minute or two looking for blood, but I never saw any blood, so I was like, okay, I missed him. So I keep charging up the mountain, and like while I'm charging up the mountain, The sling of my gun, which hates me because it always breaks at the most inopportune times, comes flying off, and the gun goes, hits the ground. I'm like, great, and my scope gets thrown off. But I keep charging up the mountain. In the meantime, I'm thinking, if there's anything with antlers up there, I'm shooting it. So I get to the top of the mountain, and the does are booking it, and then there's two little bucks playing the rear guard, like protecting them as they make their exit. So there's a spike and there's a little 2x2, and of course I shoot the 2x2 because, well, it's the bigger of the two. So, you know, me being human, I'm gonna shoot the bigger one of the two, and I nail him in the rib cage. He fucking does a little jump, and I knew I hit him, but I knew I didn't hit him good. So I pumped 2 more bullets into him. I shot him in the ass. But luckily I nailed his main artery in his leg, so that was a bonus. But he took off running down the hill. He made it about 30 feet, and then he did this little jump down like a 5 or 7 foot gully, and breaks his back leg, so he's stuck down there now. And so I follow him down there, and I watch him, and he's sitting there wallowing, and he's, pretty pissed off at me at this point in time. So I'm like, well, damn it, what should I do? At this point in time, I really wish I would have grabbed a knife, because then I could just finish him off real fast. And I only have 1 more bullet in the gun, so I'm like, damn it. And I don't want to get too close to him, because I had a flashback to one of the cow elks that I shot, where that's how I finished her off, where I put the barrel of the gun to her head, and I made the mistake of looking her in the eyes while I did it. Yeah, that wasn't fun. So I had a flashback to that, so I didn't want to do that. But I didn't want to get too close either, because I was looking at those antlers, and I didn't really want to get racked by a set of antlers, so I didn't want to get too close to him. So I was like, okay, my best option is to try to shoot him from here, and like finish him off, give him a headshot. Hopefully that'll work. So I can't use my scope because it's too close, and my scope got thrown off anyways because running up the mountain. So I kind of Rambo it, where I put my I pull my rifle up to my shoulder, and then do my best guesstimate, pull the trigger, and off comes his jaw. Like, seriously, his jaw, there it went, and like he just his head goes flying back, and a shot of pain goes flying through his body. He's really pissed off at me at this point in time. I'm just like, oh man, I just made things worse, son of a bitch. Really wish I brought a knife. Really wish I brought a knife. And yeah, so, but luckily I hit him in his main artery on his back leg, so he bled out pretty fast. But like, it took like 2 or 3 minutes before it did, and like, I just sat there and I watched him because I didn't know what else to do. I was like, well, I don't want to walk away because I'm the kind of the jackass that like caused this situation, so I kind of like owe him this to sit here and watch him go. But at the same time, I don't really want to watch this. So have you ever like pled to something to die faster? Have you ever done that? Like, I have. I mean, it's not one of my high moments in my life, but I've done it. But yeah, so I sat there and I watched him go for like, it took like 2 or 3 minutes of him just wallowing in pain. I'm sure after a minute he probably didn't know where he was and he was in shock. But still, it was not a very good, comforting thing on my end. But yeah, that was my last hunting trip right there. I don't know. I don't really want to shoot anything big after that. Like, I want a big 6x6 bull elk just so I can hang it on my wall and be like, hey, hey, hey. But at the same time, that was not exactly a great experience. So yeah, that is a true hunting story right there. That's the hunting story that they don't stick on TV because it just isn't good publicity. But like, that's like hunting right there. That's really what hunting is, okay? Like, that, once you go hunting like that, and then like, I recommend dudes for dudes to go hunting, because then they see what killing's like, and then they don't really want to kill no more. I mean, once you see something like that, you're like, nah, that was not as fun as they made it look on TV. That was not that much fun. And I've killed like 2 elk and 4 deer, so I've done way more than my share of killing things. And like, don't even get me started on like gutting an animal. Oh my god, gutting an animal, like, imagine getting hit by 20 skunks at the same time and then timesing it by like 20. That's what like the smell of gutting an animal is. And then you got to pull out all their organs and things, and oh, that's not fun. That will like completely kill the whole romanticizing of hunting right there. But it's something I recommend because like, then you know the weight of killing something. Like, then you understand what it's actually like to kill something, and then you're like, nah, you know what? It's not all that and what it's cracked out to be. So yeah, that is a true life story of hunting.
Full already.
Thanks for watching.